Brian, we know what makes this one different for the fans, but for the players, what's different about this game on the field?
I mean, it's a huge game for everybody in the state, fans, players included. But you can't approach it any differently than any other SEC game that we play. They're a good team, week in and week out. They play hard. So do we. So, anytime we play in this game, it means a lot to a lot of people. It means a lot to us. But it's not about who wants the game more. It's about who goes out there and executes week in and week out. And I think right now on offense we're on a roll. So we're going to keep that going. And the biggest part is just execute this week.
Why do you believe this to be one of the biggest rivalries in college football?
I don't know. It's just, I'm not from here, so I can't really say. I don't know the whole history in this game, but I guess it has to deal with, there's only, there's the two biggest schools in Alabama, and there's, kind of the state's divided. There's not a whole lot of pro teams, so this is kind of it for everybody. But it's just been a huge game, and one that I've, really, come accustomed to and really like to play in. So it's been a lot of fun past.
Are there any times you just, I'm sure there were times early on in your career you were taken aback by things, but just with this game in particular, with the one day a year you guys lock up and how much it means to everybody, are there ever moments, as somebody who isn't from here, where you're maybe taken aback by the significance of
yeah, it's huge. Just like, I've, come accustomed to the Tennessee game, the LSU game. I think they're all up there with the same category, but I think it just makes it so special in this league, and just so what a privilege it is to play at this university.
At the end of the day, though, once the ball is snapped, does it feel any different than any other game?
No, it doesn't. It's still, our 11 versus your 11. Whoever's going to go out there and play the toughest, execute the most, is going to win the game. So, all the before antics, all that kind of stuff, it's great. But at the end of the day, you can't let this stuff affect you. It's all the external noise. And, I think, going on the road a lot this year, we've done that really, really well with kind of silencing that out.
How much have you looked at Auburn up to this point? I know it's just Monday, but how much do you know about their defense and what you're up against?
Honestly, I would say a lot of guys don't know anything. We don't look ahead. We look, all last week we were looking solely on Charleston Southern, and we took care of what we had to do. So take this week just like that.
I know the play gets run all the time, but this will be the first time you guys will be back in Jordan-Hare Stadium since the kick six in 2013. I know you like to move forward and don't like to look back, but that play had to have been obviously tough for you guys to deal with and see all the time. Are you sick of hearing about it, and are you kind of looking forward to getting back there and playing another game?
Honestly, I hadn't heard about it until today. It's just, it happened 2 years ago. It sucked when it happened because we thought we had a good season going until then. Just kind of was a really last play of the game kind of thing. So it's not extra motivation or anything like that. We want to get back there, and we're on a roll right now. We got our vision of where we want to be, and this game's just standing in the way.
Coach Saban was asked about there being a kind of an uptick in the energy and effort level once the calendar flipped to November, and he said a lot of that is on you guys. It's come from the inside out. What have you guys done to raise that energy level another notch here?
I think all the best teams really play their best ball in November. You look at the start of the season, everybody's kind of gunning for those top spots, and coming in November, whether you've done it throughout the year or not, it's going to limit it down to maybe 10 or 12 teams who still have a chance. We've kind of wrote in that destiny that we have for ourselves, and we see how good we can be. We really just grown as a team, so it's kind of just come from execution and the games that we've played in where we've just kept getting better and better. So we're just going to keep getting better, and hopefully the season just keeps playing out the way we want it to.
One or two more questions.
Saturday's game, Damian and Bo both got double-digit carries. Obviously, we knew they were going to be called on a little bit more. How important do you think that was for them, particularly moving into a game like this where they might have to shoulder load again?
Yeah, being in that reserve role a couple years ago, I know how important those reps are because it just kind of builds your confidence level. Going into college, it can be kind of a scary thing because you just don't really know the atmosphere and the tempo of the game. So every rep those guys get is going to be bigger and bigger, and just keeps building their confidence level on how well they can be. And I wouldn't want to be one of those guys who was tackling them in the fourth quarter because those are big guys who run really hard.
Hey, Matt, one more question if there is one.
What do you remember specifically about Jordan-Hare Stadium?
It was loud. I've played in a lot of big games, a lot of loud games, and I was just up there with all the other ones. But like I said before, one of the biggest things you can do when you're away like that is to execute and put drives together. It kind of takes away the crowd, takes away their effectiveness. So that's one of the biggest things we're going to do this week.
Okay.
Yep.